Now, here's where we get to this. I want you to see this. Because when you translate the word bones, and I didn't put up all of the Hebrew words and terms, I just give you a quick overview definition. Look at what it spells out. He set me down in the midst of bones. That word bone translated means denuded people. Denuded people. Now, we understand nude as the body without garments or clothing. Denude is the skeleton without the flesh. So the same way that you would strip clothing off would give you exposure, what we call nude. God said, Ezekiel said, God set him down in the midst of people that had no flesh.
Yes.
That's called denude. He stripped them down above a degree further. So it means denuded people. Listen to this now. He set me down in the midst of denuded people. That translated to me uninspired. I was in the midst, he carried me in the midst of people who had lost their inspiration. Oh, Lord have mercy. You around people like that every day.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I hate to go here today, but let me just go and say this right here. Some of y'all here today that lost your inspiration. You will be considered a denuded person. People who are unsubstantiated, meaning that they're existing, they're living, but their lives, nobody pays attention to their lives. They make no distinction, contribution to the earth. They're here, but that's it. They're just here. You're not making a difference in nobody's life. You're not doing anything with your life. That's called unsubstantiated. Individuals who have lost their direction, who are now exposed and uncovered, because stripped of your flesh, meaning that you are uncovered, you're exposed. And so look at where God takes Ezekiel. He sits him down in the midst of a valley of people who are considered denuded people, who've lost their inspiration, make no significance or contribution in life, who've lost their direction and are now exposed, uncovered, and they're merely existing. They are here. They represent, and here's where I want to get at the heart of this, because those people are with us everywhere, even in the world today, because they represent human population that's temporarily trapped in tombs and graves of despair and disappointment and shame, with no power to free themselves or to lift themselves up. You walk right around people like that every day.
Come on in now. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
People whose lives you don't pay no attention to.
Yes, sir.
Ezekiel, God says that these people are trapped in open graves or tomb. Open why? Because they ain't buried under the earth. They are buried on the earth. In the tombs of despair, disappointment, shame, trapped. With no power to free themselves. No power to get up. They represent people who you meet every day. So, from that definition, this is what Ezekiel saw. Just a valley, dry bones. People with no direction, no inspiration, unsubstantiated, open, exposed, uncovered, denuded people. That's what God showed him. But all Ezekiel saw was this. But that's what God saw. Ezekiel only saw a valley of dry bones. But God saw bones that were on their knees crying for help. It looked like just dry bones to you, but they were bones connected already. Look at, those are dry bones too. The same bones that we've been looking at. There's a whole bunch of other people. The only difference is one see them one way and God saw it another way. Now, can I tell you something right here? I am so glad that God is not like man. Now we get another insight on what the scripture says. When man looketh on the outer, all Ezekiel saw was bones in the valley. But God looks at the heart. Ezekiel saw bones laying in the valley. God saw the same bones, but they were on their knees in a posture saying, if somebody help me, I can get up from what I'm in. Same bones. Same bones.
Yes, sir.
Same bones. But how you see them makes all of the difference. And based on the description of the bones, that's the posture that they were in. But Ezekiel couldn't see that. He just saw what he saw. This is a denuded person, a person without a body, a person without flesh. This is a person that is no doubt open and exposed and all of that. But here's the key to you. But in God's mind, he's still a person. He's still an individual that he can recognize and somebody that he wants to do something with. In God's mind. Same bones. Two different things. So let's get to this. Second part is that God asked Ezekiel, now that Ezekiel sees what God sees, can these bones live again? Can I do something with them? Here's what the question bears out. Can I save, this is what God is really asking Ezekiel, and I want you to hear this. Can I save or reach anybody? Because they were all unsubstantiated, uninspired there. Can I change their minds without violating their will or destroying their identity? Can I turn these losers into winners? Can I restore, redeem, and reconcile them back to their place, Ezekiel? Can I use them like I use you? Oh, God, here it is. It was all right for God to restore them, to redeem them, to reconcile them, but don't use them like you use me. Because I've been in this thing a long time, God. It's not fair. You to bring them off the street and come out here and start ministering and prophesying and no. Save them. But don't get, no. Just save them. See, this is what sometimes we got to examine, and this is what God is doing. He's causing Ezekiel to examine his own attitude about people. You know, that's the problem with Jonah. God sent Jonah to Nineveh to preach a word to save the people. Jonah boarded the ship and went another direction. Why? It wasn't so much that he didn't want, he hated the people, but those folks, he said, but you don't know, God, these folks are the cause of us being in the condition that we are in and everything else. And so you want to save them? You want to use me to go? I'm going on the ship. I'm going somewhere else. In other words, you can save them, but let them stay in the. See, situation that they're in. Save them now, but don't bring them around me. This spirit is coming up in Ezekiel. So rather than saying, yes, God, restore them, he said, well, you know. In other words, it's you're trying to give an answer without seeming like something is in you. So I'm gonna say, God, well, you can do anything. That didn't answer the question. I didn't ask you that. Well, God, you know, you God. See, there are ways we can give answers that we are trying to hide our true feeling about situations, about people, as if you can play God, play his mind, like you can outsmart God. So God exposes Ezekiel to his own feelings about his saving these people. And rather than saying, save them, Lord, reconcile them, when God said, can they live where you live? Can they eat at your table? Can I use them like I use you? Then he said, well, you know, God, you can do anything. But that didn't answer the question. So God showed Ezekiel, now I'm exposing you like I exposed them. Come on now. See, they can't hide nothing because they are already open. But now I'm exposing what's in your heart. Come on. Yes, sir. So it was okay until they said, can I use them like I use you? They said, you know, you can do anything. And that gets at the heart of that scripture. Is bad on Isaiah 50, verse 2. Look what he said. God is asking this question to his servant Isaiah. Is my hand shortened that I cannot redeem? Or have I no power to deliver? That's that reconciliation. Refusal to let go, to work on you, to say, my hand short that I cannot redeem, bring me. I don't have the power to deliver you. That scripture captures the spirit of what I'm saying right there. Here's the turning point of where I am, and I'll give me 10 more minutes and I'll be through. That what Ezekiel discovered and what was revealed now, God's spirit, is that these dry bones were not sinners. They weren't sinners. So now, before I go any further, let me just go and read it. Come on now. They were not sinners. Listen to me. But fallen saints caught in struggles and letdowns in life, ashamed, in despair, wrestling with disappointment, depression, desolation, because they know they have missed the mark and haven't reached their goal, feeling insignificant. And because of that, they've lost their inspiration, their zest for life. They were not sinners, they were saints. Yes. Caught in struggles. Don't look at nobody. The church is full of them. Yes. This is why. Because God can't reconcile a sinner. Reconciliation deals with restoring believers. The sinner doesn't have a relationship with God. But anybody who has made God their God, they end up in a situation. Reconciliation is God's refusal to let them go. And at the same time, deliver them from what they're in and bring them back to their original relationship. You don't reconcile sinners. You only reconcile believers who are caught in situations. This is not about sinners. This is about saints caught up in situations. Ezekiel don't even say, no, God, save them, save them. Okay, if I save them, can they come to church with you? Oh,